Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Happy Monday to y'all. It is indeed the first day of the week for most people. Although for me, it's the second day of my week. I actually take my Sunday to prepare my week ahead so that I am one step ahead of everybody else who's just rolling out of bed, getting groggy on Monday, trying to figure out what they're going to do this week. Well, I've already figured it out as of Sunday night. And so I encourage you guys to do the same thing as we continue to build into ourselves and to just do the work necessary to have amazing lives. Indeed, it is Monday, and so it is the time when we are going to be kind of going out and just interfacing with other people. And so let's really bolster ourselves. Let's get our own minds straight as we affirm what is true, right, correct, and beautiful about us. And so, yeah, I want to say good morning to everybody who is here. It's nice to see. Good morning, Jan from her nest in paradise. Good morning, Lauren from Coming. I know that you are working right now, but I know you'll catch this one a bit later. You are indeed the affirmation of the day, and you always are. Good morning, Dan, coming in from Omaha. And Donna. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Shauna. Susan. Susan, you'll be coming in from Greece, I think, as of tomorrow. How exciting that is. I hope that you have a fantastic time over there in Greece. All right, guys. So, yeah, let's pull a card off the top of the deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do that, we are going to be building into our own lives. We are going to be changing our own perspectives, expanding our consciousness to include these words. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and say, today, I am whimsical. I am whimsical. I approach life with joy and wonder. So I am whimsical. I approach life with joy and wonder. Are you whimsical? You are whimsical. You approach life with joy and wonder. Well, I'm going to write that down in the comments, and I encourage you to do the same, that I am whimsical and that I approach life with joy and wonder. Boom. Indeed, looks like we got a lot of whimsical folks here. We have a lot of people who approach life with joy and wonder. And quite honestly, like if you don't approach life with at least a little bit of joy and wonder, then you're probably not compatible with me. And so the folks who take life too seriously, who believe that life itself is some chore to be done and rather than an adventure to be lived, are typically not the ones that hang out with me. They cannot stand me, and I can understand why. But indeed, we are whimsical people, and we do approach life with that joy and that wonder, with that joy for life, that lust for life, that joie de vivre. And as we do that, we help other people to understand that there's a better way to live. I remember that when I was a kid, that I made a conscious decision. I remember I was smiling all the time, having a good time. And I mean, I made a conscious decision when I was about 6 years old that I wasn't going to smile, that I was going to frown, because life is a serious, hard thing, and well, I had to be hard in order to handle this whole life thing, which was really weighing on me when I was 6. I must have had some rather serious responsibilities at that time, like, I don't know, cleaning my room and not shitting my pants. Basically the things that are expected of a 6-year-old. And so, the fact is that, I mean, I remember that I made this conscious decision that I was going to harden myself to this super hard world. And the fact is that that decision did not serve me at all. I realized that it took a couple years before I realized that it just wasn't helping me at all to be so hard to the world around me, when I could just be open and inviting to the world around me, and that I would have much different opportunities. It didn't help that I really was whimsical on the inside, that I really did approach life with joy and wonder and curiosity, that I really did think that life was this adventure to be lived. I really did consider my own existence to be a bit of a miracle. Why was I lying to myself? Why was I trying to pretend that I was that I was some serious grown up when I was not? I was 6 years old. Gee, who told me that lie? Who told me the lie that I had to be, that I had to be hard in order to in order to make it in this world? And so the rest of my life has been this exercise in not being hard, and not frowning at the world, and smiling at the world, in recognizing that whether the world is going the way I want it to or not, the fact is that I can still approach it with joy. I can still approach it with wonder. I can still approach whatever it is that's happening with a sense of the miraculousness of it all. The fact is that I've never lived the same day twice. I've never lived the same moment twice. I've never had the same situation happen again and again. And even when situations seemed the same, that it still wasn't the exact same situation. It was always just a little nuance, one way or another. And the fact is that when something happens the second time, then then I would be yeah, I'm a different person than when it happened the first time. And so consequently I would experience it different. It would feel different. It would hit different for me. So I am whimsical today. I approach life with joy and wonder. It's funny, Janet, that you say that you love your childlike whimsy. If you guys have been following the Wake Up Call for any length of time, you probably recognize that this card is actually has gone through a couple of different iterations. I'm whimsical being the most recent of them. It started off with this card was originally I am childlike, and same thing. We approach life with joy and wonder. But a lot of people told me that they didn't really feel like they were a child, that they felt like an adult, and even though they still approached life with joy and wonder, they wanted to keep some of those aspects of their childlike nature, but they didn't necessarily want to consider themselves as being childlike, which I thought was interesting feedback. And so I actually changed the card to I am youthful. Well, I was thinking about the word I am youthful, realizing that I am not a youth. I mean, I have a lot of youthful energy in myself, and so do the people around me, but most of us are not youths. And I didn't really want to create or perpetuate the cult of youth that exists in America today. I didn't want to have people affirming that they were youthful when there's such great value to be found in maturity. And so nowadays, this newest version of the card is that we are whimsical, that we approach life with joy and wonder. And I feel like that word fits the card the best. We're not trying to affirm or hold on to our own youth, because quite honestly, the youth that we have or had is what made us who we are today. And now we are mature. We are mature, responsible grown-ups who choose intentionally to do the things that are the best for us. And so yeah, so I was considering what word would work best with this card, and whimsical definitely was the one. And because whimsical simply implies that we have some kind of a whim. We have some kind, something happens, you know, some event happens in our life, or just our brain just kind of latches on to a certain concept and we follow it where it goes. Not dissimilar to the way these bubbles are carried along by the wind, so too is our life carried along by the winds of the changes that happen in it. And when we can float around in life the same way that the bubbles float around on the air, on these invisible currents of air, so too do we float around on these invisible currents of life. And when we can take whatever it is and wherever we are, and we can create a rainbow the same way that a bubble will create a rainbow on its own surface wherever it goes. To that extent, are we free to really enjoy this existence that we have? So I am whimsical today. You are whimsical too, and we approach life with joy and wonder. So today, as you go out, you are probably going to find people who are going to just ignite your imagination. You're going to find situations that ignite your imagination, and let it be ignited. Let your imagination take flight and be free. And you'll probably also find situations that try to drag you into a mentality of lack or not enoughness. Probably as you go through life today, especially if you're going to work or if you're going to go interface with the general public, you're going to meet people who are absolutely not whimsical, who don't approach life with joy and wonder, who believe that life itself is pain and drudgery, and you will, and that's okay. Just understand that as we go through our day, that we don't need to let these people rub off on us, but rather we have a responsibility to rub off a little bit on them. Give them a little touch of whimsy, give them a little touch of surreality in their life as they go through their experience, and hopefully have a better day at the end of their day than they did at the beginning when they woke up. Not everybody has the wake up call, although the more that you guys share it, the more people do have it, and I do want to say thank you guys for doing that. So I am whimsical today. You are whimsical today as well. And we approach life with joy and wonder. So let's go find some joy in life today. Let's go find something to wonder about. Let's realize and recognize the sheer miraculousness of our existence and use that existence for the good of ourselves, for the good of other people, to good for the good of everybody that we come into contact with, for the good of the situations that we are creating, the good of the projects that we are working on, the good of the good of our lives in general as a whole. These lives that we lead, they really do they do get better with a touch of whimsy in them. So I am whimsical today. You are whimsical too, and we approach life with joy and wonder. All right. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. It has been wonderful to see you. And so I'm very curious as we depart. Drop me a comment. Let me know what let me know what thing it is that you are looking forward to today. Let me know what it is that is going to bring some joy or some wonder into your life today. I'm very excited to know. I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. I have a lot of responsibilities on my plate, and and when I when I look at my list, I'm like, okay, I can look at this list as a chore, or I can look at this list as an adventure and to see how much I can get done and when. So, good morning again, Janet, Lauren, Dan. Good to see you today. Good morning, Donna, Shauna, Susan. Again, fantastic to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the wake up call. Let's see here. Good morning, buddy. Nice to see you here, buddy. Wonderful that you made it to the wake up call. You are a whimsical person. You also approach life with joy and wonder. I know that you live a very different kind of a very different kind of a life than you once did, and I know that you're continually exploring and finding yourself. But just know that we love you, we miss you, and I hope that you are having a good life up in Virginia. Okay, so let's see here. Good morning, Teresa. Nice to see that you have made it today. You are whimsical too. Let's approach life with joy and wonder today. Let's approach our projects with a sense of happiness and a recognition that as we do them, that they help us to live more fulfilled lives. Let's approach our relationships with an understanding that we build into others just as they build into us. And let's approach let's approach the let's just approach the things that we are doing today again with that sense of whimsy, with that sense of joy and wonder. My beautiful friends, I will return tomorrow at 9 a.m. with another card. But until then, I want to just remind you that I love you, that I care about you, that I think that you're an amazing person, and that as we go through our lives, that the way that we bounce off of each other is really going to define the course of our existence. So let's have some fun today. Let's recognize our own whimsical nature, and let's just continue to bring that little bit of joy and wonder into our lives. Good morning, Maria. Wonderful to see you here today as you are coming in here at the end. All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, I love you. I care about you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Aloha from paradise.